A smug applicant claims that she's more qualified for my job. She runs out the door when she learned that I am the director. I'm a head of sales and marketing for a major property developer with 10 years of experience in the industry, several of those spent at a large competitor's company. Let's call them money homes. They are considered the epitome of luxury due to the huge price tag. This will be important later on. My team covers all of the capital and a very large portion of the country. Roll on today. Since we have only recently opened up and are launching new developments for which we don't yet have the staff, today was the interview day. Normally for those kinds of positions, the person would be interviewed by the sales manager for that particular development, sales coordinator and sometimes one of the sales directors. Since it's a bit of a track for the sales director to come in for the interview, HR asked me to step in as new employees will be reporting to me anyway. Q8 applicants we have waiting. First few interviews go pleasantly well but nothing special, until we meet interviewee number 4. Meet Annabelle. Before she comes into the room, she's sitting in the waiting area with other applicants and not only I can hear her go on about how she pretty much has the job in the bag as she's overqualified and the other guys are wasting their time, then I can see her shuffling through papers at the admin desk which was left unattended. She still doesn't realize that our office is behind a Venetian mirror. I can see her, she cannot see me. She hears the admin come back in and scurries away back to the seat. It's now her turn for the interview. She comes in, hands me a copy of her CV and sits down opposite myself and the other 2 members of my team. I look at her CV with a slight half smile, which I think she took as a good sign, so she goes off talking about her major accomplishments at different employers. She told us that she's actually more interested in being hired for another position at our company which she can assure me she's more qualified for than our current employee. She then starts spewing out figures of our marketing campaigns, which have not yet been published, and advises me on the results we should expect and what our next move in terms of marketing should be. I advised her that the only positions currently open are for sales staff but asked her which one she's specifically interested in. She mentions, wait for it, the sales and marketing director. My job. My coworkers both look at me in waiting, so I decide to play along. I've asked her what makes her more qualified than our current director. She comes back to the marketing figures point and asks me outright, how many applicants are able to predict to a certainty what results you'll achieve, and then leads into a major point on her CV, money homes. So I started asking a little more about her position there, what was her area of responsibility, how long she has worked there. She starts off telling this long, rehearsed story of how she started there as a negotiator a few years back and worked her way up to associate director, fancy name for managers responsible for more than one project, and how she eventually became sales and marketing director but is looking to leave, so discretion is of utmost importance. At that point I couldn't hold it in anymore. I really wanted to let her carry on, but I just burst out laughing and asked her to leave. She just gets very confused and starts asking what she said that has offended me. With the biggest grin on my face I then said, it's one thing hearing you talk down to other applicants when you're supposedly looking for upper management position, watch you steal confidential information from my admin's desk, while pulling the 2 pages out of her hand, our marketing reports, then telling me and my colleagues that you can do my job better than me by lying to me about your experience? She gets offended and starts going off at me that I know nothing about her and she did not lie about her experience, and how would I have known that anyway? Annabelle, the reason I know you're lying is because I was the sales and marketing director at Money Homes during the years you have described, and not only do I know you were not in managerial position, I know that you were not even part of the department, as the department was made of 42 employees, all of which I knew by name. I recommend that if you do indeed work there, you contact your director, as I will be filing a grievance against you for stealing confidential documents from their main competitor. Her face went pale as a sheet of cheap toilet paper. She turned on her heel, ripped her CV out of my colleague's hands and ran out the door.